Well, we finally got the guy on we've been wanting to get on the show for some time. We've got Wine here. We're talking with longtime actor Dylan Walsh, and it is a great pleasure to have you here.
Good to be here.
Thank you, Wall in Vancouver, working on Superman and Lois. We got you just before you leave town, too, so this is wonderful. We have a glass of wine. I mentioned to you at the beginning when you came in about just your resume. I've been watching you for years. I don't want to date you too much, but you're one of those guys that has been around the TV film landscape. And when I was looking at your bio, you've done a lot of stuff and have worked with some incredible actors. I want to just mention your first television role was with James Earl Jones.
Yes.
How was that as a young upcoming actor?
That was a great education. Great education. It was. I did a development deal for ABC, and we were trying to find the right thing for me. And they thought they would get me a lead role, and I would. And then they said, "Well, there's this other thing. You won't be the lead.
Yeah.
It'd be James Earl Jones as the lead." And I said, "That's what I want."
That's okay.
So I did that for a year. It was great. What a great guy. Great guy. Many years later, Leslie and I were in New York, and we were invited to this event at the Pierre Hotel to honor him.
Mm-hmm.
And we went in, and I hadn't seen him in so long. We walked in, and I expected Kelsey Grammer was there. There was a lot of people were there. And he had his table with his family, and we were invited to sit at his table.
Oh, wow.
He had just had good memories of me from, at that point, it was like 25, 30 years ago. What a great guy. But to watch him, he won the Emmy that year.
Yeah.
So I watched him all year struggle the way every actor struggles, but I watched him struggle and then win an Emmy. So
Yeah, and I guess at that age as a young actor, you're just soaking in everything. And especially if you're seeing someone whose work you admire, treating the craft with such great respect. And many actors get to a certain stage where they're just mailing in or phoning it in. But how impressive was that for you as a young actor?
Well, his great commitment at the time, I had just seen him in Fences on Broadway.
Okay.
And every young actor at this time, this would have been late 80s, we were all just mesmerized by that performance.
Right.
And then that's why I said, I want to work with him when
Yeah.
they said it. And so I go, and look, TV's a different beast. It's a whole other deal. But to watch him, first thing I learned from James Earl Jones, cross out all the direction in the script. Every last bit of it.
Okay,
If
yeah.
it says he feels moved, nope. The words,
Yeah.
you have to say the words. That was his rule. We say the words, but you do not have to pay attention to what they're
Wow.
telling you to do. So he said that'll happen on its own.
You've had a great track record. Of course, Nip Tuck was a massive, massive show that also was in an era when you had to have great music in the show because it had to sell CDs and soundtracks. Talk about how you've managed to continue as you get older, taking on different types of roles.
Well, listen, I mean, the best thing I can say about myself is that I've been doing it this long. I start to sound like an old man, but honestly, that's what I'm most proud of.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of years. The resume gets longer.
Yeah.
You know, you're right. Nip Tuck stands out because it was a big hit.
Yeah.
And it was such an honor to be a part of that. And of course, it was like a roller coaster ride. I loved every second of it. But I'm also proud of just the longevity, the whole breadth of the career. A lot of different things, some mediocre stuff in there. Some of my best work has been in mediocre things over the years. That's just the way it happened.
I've seen many movies where the movie has been mediocre, but I loved the actor's performance. Not every Spencer Tracy did a lot of mediocre stuff, but I always liked his performances
Right.
in films. One of the movies, when we first got to know you through one of our producers, Neil, I said to you, one of my favorite movies of the 90s, and I'm a very big Paul Newman fan, is Nobody's Fool from 1994. You have a very large role in that movie playing his son.
Yeah.
Again, like I said with James Earl Jones, what are you watching with not just him, but Jessica Tandy? I highly recommend people look at this movie because he's 70 in that film.
Yeah.
But just to watch you guys work with him,
Yeah.
again, lessons learned there?
Oh, yeah, I think I learned the most there. James Earl Jones, Paul Newman. Look, I was so thrilled, and it wasn't easy to get that part. The producer wanted somebody else, thought it should be a star, should be this, and it went on for months and months and months. It's Paul Newman who said, no, he's the guy. He's him. We already have it on, we filmed it, we did a screen test.
Yeah.
He's the guy. he and Robert Benton stood up for me and they said, it's him or forget it.
Hey, listen, I'm so glad we got you to come in, and thanks to your wife Leslie and our producer Neil for making this arrangement for us. And we wish you continued success. And I will cheers you on this, sir.
Cheers. Good to be here.
We own the show. We can drink wine on our show. Cheers.